Here we go again with this man, Stephen A. Smith. This man just knows no bounds of when to stop the shucking, the jiving, and the buck dancing. And O.J. Simpson, who is in the ground, can't defend himself, stiff and rotten, being decomposed by maggots and all that, is being yet again vilified by Stephen A. Smith. And I'm going to play a clip and fair use. All right? Fair use. That means I get to use the content for commentary. That means you shouldn't be digging me for copyright. Because I'm not using this video I'm going to play for anything but commentary. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. DJ, spin that shit.
This is the BET Awards. This is a celebration of blackness, of black culture, of black entertainment, of black excellence. And when you do something like this, you got folks outside the community see that shit? TMZ talking about it, NBC talking about it, CNBC talking about it, CBS talking about it, USA Today talking about it, PBS, everybody but PBS. When that kind of stuff happens, how do you think that benefits us? And that's a story that we don't get into nearly as much as we should. Did it ever occur to anybody to remind yourself of the responsibility we have? I'm not blaming any of the folks there in the audience. They didn't know. And even though BET is owned by Paramount, it's still BET. Black folks everywhere, all up in there. And that's what we celebrate. We, as a community, are going to be held accountable for that. Subliminally, subconsciously. People going to look at us with raised eyebrows and think as a community, oh, you down with that? You cool with that? That's what you celebrate. The collective whole is what matters. Not one individual. God rest his soul. God will deal with him because God knows what he did and what he didn't do. It ain't for me to judge or anybody else to judge, but we saw what we saw. The trial was televised. His actions and his dismissiveness and disassociation and distance from the black community was self-inflicted. He created that. He wanted nothing to do with us. Where's this affinity for him? Where's the evidence that he ever gave a shit about us? I just don't understand. And I think that when it comes to something like that, you got to guard against that. I'd love to know if Tia Mowry knew anything about that. Because had that been me, and they asked me to MC that segment, and I saw that OJ was a part of it, I would not have done it. And if I was on that stage and his face popped up, I would have been mic'd up on camera and I would have been like, I don't know whose idea that was, but I don't have anything to do with that. I didn't know. That's what I would have said. Now, everybody ain't me, and I understand that. And I'm not judging in regards to her or anybody else. I'm just saying, come on. Come on. We all suspect we know what he did. But nobody definitively knows what he did but God himself, OJ himself, and of course the souls of Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson. So it'll be for God to judge. But I got to tell you, that was a bad look on the part of the BET Awards. It really, really was. Don't get me started with all that twerking and all of that stuff. I had to tell my daughter who was on the phone with me, I made her turn the channel. I'm going to just leave it at that. My teenage daughter, I didn't want her seeing that. All that damn twerking and ass is hanging out and all that. Nah. But this stuff with OJ, it can't get much more classless than that.
You know, Stephen A., what's the amazing thing about everything you just said? right? When it comes to uh OJ not giving a shit about the black community. That's the same thing we say about you. That is the same thing we say about you. But that epic Academy Award winning performance for buck dancing in a YouTube channel or buck dancing in a nationally syndicated television show, that's the same thing we say about you. You will do anything for a Klondike ball. That's right. You will say and do anything for white attention. You will say do anything for white acceptance. Right? Another important part of Stephen A. Smith when it comes to O.J. Simpson, for years, this man slandered the name of O.J. Simpson when he was found out guilty in a court of law. He was tried and he was acquitted. So why in the fuck does this man sit up here for years and years and years and years and years on end, running his mouth saying that this man was guilty, and that if he were a prosecutor trying the case, that he would have O.J. Simpson under the jail? It's just disgusting, and it's dishonorable that this man continues to run his mouth like that. This man is stiff and rotten in the ground, and he's still to this very day slandering this man's name. So why shouldn't he be celebrated? The NFL still celebrates him. The NFL still acknowledges him as one of the greatest running backs of all time. And you watch the NFL, the same NFL you try and successfully kept Colin Kaepernick out of. This man gets on my nerves, man. You just don't have no idea. And I'm trying to keep it somewhat PG, and I'm trying to keep it somewhat cordial so that way I don't get a strike on my channel for bullying. Because we got a lot of beta males and we got a lot of people out here who will sit up here and hang on to every word of Stephen A. Smith, who would defend this man to no ends of the earth. We'll go through unlimited links to mute people like me for calling this buffoon out for the buffoonery he's putting on. Mm-hmm. You sitting up here talking about O.J. Simpson not giving a crap about the black community, and that's true. He didn't give a fuck about the black community. But you don't give a fuck about the black community either, Stephen A. Remember, you was the guy that on the Tamron Hall show told Tamron Hall and anybody else that was in the audience and the millions that was watching on TV, I wake up with two things on my mind. How can I make my boss's money, and how can I get some of it? That's what he said. See, that kind of game for free 99 will get you employee of the month. But if you're looking for empowerment, being employee of the month only gets you so far. You might get a plaque, you might get a piece of cake. Hell, you might get a bobblehead with you on it, right? Maybe even a coffee mug. But it does not get you anything else other than that. And you could be a faithful lapdog or a company man, because Stephen A. Smith is a willing and able company man. He even admitted that he was a company man. And being that company man has gotten him what? It's gotten him suspended for ESPN for what he said about Ray Rice, right? It's got him disciplined on other occasions for his hot takes. And now he's in a contract negotiation with ESPN to where he might even leave the network. What's up, y'all? Reef, Kevin Wedderburn, Ted, Tyler Brown. See y'all up in here, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Anybody else that might be tuning in late or catching the replay, appreciate y'all, man. Hit that like button too. Please support the channel, right? Because I'm only telling the truth around here when it comes to this guy. Between him and Jason Whitlock, these two buffoons will compete to see who will lay that butter on thick on top of them biscuits. These two run neck and neck when it comes to their coonery and buffoonery. So why shouldn't O.J. Simpson be celebrated? Huh? Other communities do it. Hell, we got a convicted felon right now and alleged rapist in Donald Trump trying to be president of the United States. We had Roman Polanski, who allegedly got involved with an underage girl. Not only he's not in prison, but this motherfucker won a goddamn Emmy for it. Not Emmy, Oscar for it, right? But you had all the smoke for Will Smith, right? This man recently, if you didn't see the video I did, this man was running his mouth about Will Smith. About Will Smith need to, address the black community about why he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock that infamous night at the Oscars before he can go watch another Will Smith movie, right? Because that was on the heels of Bad Boys coming up. Because remember, Bad Boys came out on the 21st of June. And before Stephen A. Smith can go watch a movie with Will Smith, and Will Smith have to address the black community and as to why he smacked Chris Rock that night at the Oscars. I mean, what possessed him to do that, right? Will Smith don't owe us nothing. He don't owe me no exclamation. He didn't smack me in the face, you idiot. So no. I guess always got to be some point within the month where he got to say something dumb. When he got to go on his coon train and be the conductor. The fact of the matter is, Stephen A. Smith is completely wrong in this scenario. So O.J. Simpson wasn't excellent when he was, scoring touchdowns and breaking records at USC. He wasn't excellent and breaking records when he was, playing for the Buffalo Bills in the NFL. What makes him not excellent? The man was found not guilty in a court of law, not in a court of public opinion. But your slander and your off-brand, off-court behavior made this guy to be guilty when he wasn't. Hey, Train to Go, I don't know why you keep coming to my channel trolling, man, but this is a troll-free zone, right? How about this, Train to Go? How about you go tell Will Smith what you telling me in the comment section and then come back and tell us how that worked out for you. You wouldn't go confront Will Smith. So yeah, you can miss me with the fake tough guy talk. Go tell that to Will Smith and then let us know how that worked out for you. Anyway, and another thing, Stephen A., how about you go tell all the white people that runs these networks about how they're not keeping the same energy for other guys who get involved in all kinds of scandals and they still get celebrated like Elvis, right? You still got motherfuckers out here dressing like Elvis. And all the stuff that Elvis has gotten involved in. Jerry Lee Lewis. Jerry Lee Lewis is still being paraded around and talked about and held in high regard. Hell, Donald Trump is trying to regain the presidency for crying out loud, right? But you say it don't get celebrated in other communities. Are you not reading the room? Obviously, you're not. No, Mark Wonderlick. Hold on, Mark Wonderlick. We ain't gonna snap on him yet. We ain't gonna snap on him yet. Let's give him a chance to. Let's give him a chance. Let's give him a chance to be civilized before we destroy him. Okay, you not trolling? All right. Because like I don't do trolling, bro. I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't tolerate that. We here to call out the buffoonery, and more importantly, we're here to grow as a community, right? We're here to grow. We're not here to go at each other. We're not here to do none of that stupid ass shit that they be doing in mainstream media, dividing and conquering all that stuff. Nah, we here as a community. I'm no different than anybody else. And I'm definitely not better than anybody else. Because I ain't forgot that comment you made about me on Ticket Channel the other night. Anyway, back to Stephen A. Right? You talk about somebody that's the enemy of the state. Stephen A. Smith is the enemy of the state. Okay? Sure, some of that stuff he might be saying about OJ was true, but that does not discount all the stuff that he has said and he has done. And it's disgusting and dishonorable and disrespectful and it's flat out being disingenuous. This man being disingenuous. So who paid you to say that about OJ? Who paid you to say that about OJ? Now, what if OJ family come at you for all that slander you said for years and years and years on there? So I don't understand why this dude be doing what he does, man. But it's unacceptable, man. It's unacceptable for real, bro. I can't rock with that. I can't rock with Stephen A. But then again, I've never rocked with Stephen A. I never rock with this guy. This guy's a two-faced, buck dancing sellout. Period. I remember an incident on First Take. This man was on vacation. When O.J. Simpson, when the report came out that he was being let out of prison, who came out of their vacation to speak on OJ? This guy, Stephen A. Calling him a double murderer and all that, and the letter of the law and all this other stuff. It was disgusting, man. Giving him backhanded praise and other comments and stuff like that, man. I mean, it was just so fit the characteristics of this guy. He's a clown. He's a clown. Let's just keep it a buck. This dude is a clown. But when the black community pushes back at him, then he wants to, say, but yeah, I'm down and all that. This playing both sides thing, man, I can't rock with nobody who's two-faced, who plays both sides and all this other stuff. It's that raw, unadulterated, 100% money back guarantee, off-brand, off-code behavior he displays on a daily basis. So, anyway, that's my thoughts on the matter. You guys let me know what y'all think about this, man. You non-subscribe to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Hurt!